Hi. Good morning. Good morning. Good
Hello.
morning. Hi, girl. This is
Good
Doing Relationships
morning.
Right. I'm so glad to have you. I'm Jennifer Hurwitz. I'm your host every single Tuesday, and I always bring you a fabulous guest because that's kind of my job. And today I have someone that I love can I say you're like one of my dear friends now, Rachel? Can I say
Yes,
that?
we were very fast friends. So
We were
yes.
fast friends. And I'm going to
Yep.
tell everybody how we met first, but I'm going to tell everyone about you a little bit first. Rachel is I think you're a fantastic human. Can I just say that?
Thank you.
You're a good
Thank you
human.
so
I've been doing a
much.
little research on you, Rachel, my friend. Rachel Walt is here today. And I have to tell you, I've been doing some research. I've been reading up on you, and you're just an all around fantastic human. So when I find people that I love, I bring them on my show and we talk about things, especially now that I used to be doing divorce right. And now I'm doing relationships right. And I think
Yes.
one of the most important relationships that you can have is one that you have with yourself.
Yes. Amen.
Amen. Self care, self love, and also with your kids. So I
Right.
think that you are all encompassing. I think you are we're just going to get there, Rachel. We're just going to talk about you today.
Let's do
Um,
it.
let's do it. You have three kids, right?
Yes.
All under
Yes.
the age of,
5. Teddy's 5. Then the next one's 4. And the youngest is 2.
how do you look so pretty today?
I'm telling you, this is a big deal for me. I
Oh my God.
mean, I
Well, I'm
took a
so
shower for
honored.
you. I have on red lips. My
Oh, I
glam squad is at preschool right now,
oh
and I
my
did
God.
this just for you.
Look at you. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad. Thank you. Thank you. Well, I'm honored. I'm honored to have you. I'm so honored you put lipstick on for me. I put lipstick on for me too.
Oh, see?
We're
We have to
both
do it for
winners.
ourselves.
That's
That's right.
that's exactly right. Okay, so Rachel, start at the beginning, girl. You have a
Okay.
company called
Yes.
Craftingood.
Yes.
Okay, so
Yes.
tell me what started it, how you started, where you're going. Tell me everything. I'm going to stop talking. Go.
Okay. So I am a mom of 3, and I'm a speech pathologist too.
Okay.
So my like big girl career, main career before Crafting Good was speech language pathology in the hospitals. And I just kept feeling stuck, like I wasn't getting at the root of the problem. So I love therapy. I love my colleagues, I love my patients, but I just felt a little stuck that I wasn't really fixing the actual root. And so I just started soul searching a little bit. And then I joined a tech startup in the speech therapy world. And I just got bitten by that entrepreneurial bug. My
Okay.
dad has been an entrepreneur, so I'm exposed to it, but I really got bitten by that. And then once you like get bitten by that, you can't go back.
You
I
can't.
can't go back to a normal job now, right?
I'm with
So
you. I got you.
we used to live in North Carolina, then we moved to Chicago. When we were in Chicago, I worked for a family activities aggregate startup
Oh, I
and
didn't know
just
that.
really admired the founder, Desi, and just powerful women, very strong. I got to see a lot of the behind the scenes and some of the apps they were using and strategy and all of these kinds of things. And I thought, oh, okay, like maybe I can get my hands in this. So we moved back to North Carolina after I got pregnant with my third child because we were like, I love Chicago, love it. But I was like, I can't do the city
Yeah,
anymore.
it's
I
so
can't do
hot.
the weather anymore. We need to go back to North Carolina. So we
I'm from
came
Detroit. I
back.
get it. Yeah.
Right? Yeah, that's why you're here. Yeah.
I don't know about that, but yeah.
So, well, yeah. So after I had him and I was on maternity leave, my creativity, it was like a little monster that was just like eating at me. Like I couldn't sleep and I had all these ideas. And so I started the business. At first, it was called the Kind Pods, Projects of Discovery and Service. And it
Okay.
was just focused on a subscription box. In the subscription box included a book written by an author of color, a local kindness activity, an activity that benefits a nonprofit, and a bag that is repurposed from our local coffee roastery here, Summit Coffee, but also
I
as the
love Summit
packaging.
Coffee.
Oh,
I
yeah,
love
they're
Summit
amazing. I
Coffee.
use their burlap to package in the subscription box, and then also it's its own activity. You use it
I
to
just think you're
collect
amazing.
donations.
You're like a fantastic. That is just such a great. Is that you can still get that? Can you still get this?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. So that's how the company started, with
Okay.
just the focus on the subscription
Right.
box. But then it started evolving very quickly.
Yes.
And I started getting requests for just single activities instead of
Okay.
the whole box, and workshops and speaking
Okay.
engagements locally here. And I thought, ooh, okay, like I really like this. I also, about that same time, realized that the word pods was very oversaturated.
Oh,
So I started simmering on new business names and came up with Craftingood.
which is
And I
awesome.
really like it because it's like an action word. And it's
Yes.
also, we're crafting. We are doing kind crafts, but we are also crafting good humans, right? And we're
Yeah. Oh, I get it.
crafting
Crafting
good
good, like crafting.
communities, crafting good conversations like we're having,
Yes, I love
crafting
it.
good relationships,
Yes.
crafting good conversations, communities, and humans,
Love it.
kids.
Love it.
So that's where that started. And so now I have coaching opportunities, one on one coaching opportunities, digital courses, workshops, printables, single activity kits, and still the subscription box.
Love it. And your website is fantastic. And all of your crafts, I can't, I'm like obsessed with your website too. And all of you're just, everything is so yummy and good and happy and
Thank
positive. And I
you.
feel like you're just such a positive. Are you always this positive? You're with three kids?
No. Oh,
No. Okay, good. I'm glad
no.
to hear
Oh,
that a
no,
little
no,
bit.
no, no,
Okay.
no. I think I do have an optimistic outlook. Like,
Okay.
I do have that kind of greater, larger perspective that
Mhm.
things are working out as they should. Do I like that all the time?
No,
No,
no.
no. Like, what I think should happen and what maybe should happen are two different things.
Right. But
And so,
you,
all of those emotions that come up with it, frustration, anger. I mean, I'm a fiery Aries girl too. So, I've got a temper. So definitely parenting triggers all of those
sure.
things in you, especially at my kids' ages. So, no, I mean, I'm not always this cheery,
No,
but
but
I
you
do
are
have an
really.
optimistic outlook.
Absolutely. So your company now, but Crafting Good, you're telling me it is pivoting. Something's pivoting. That you're
Yes.
doing something, you're a little bit of change.
Right. So I don't know why I have this innate sense to get at the root of problems, but I do. So that's why I wanted to focus on activities that brought the family together to talk
Okay.
about important social things like racism and inequality, equity. That's a really big mission of our company, is to break
Wow.
down some of those barriers of white supremacy.
Good
Okay.
for you.
And
God.
start them young, right? Start these
Yes.
conversations young at their
Yes.
level.
I never had
Homelessness,
them.
hunger.
Yeah. And you
Right,
know what?
no,
Growing
we
up,
didn't.
we
Growing
didn't
up,
talk
it
about it.
was no, white people didn't talk about race. It
No.
was taboo.
And you know what? I'll
And
tell you,
so
I'm actually a lot older than you. I'll be honest. I think I'm much older. I'm old. I'm almost 50. I'm
you are not
49.
old.
I'm old.
Okay.
But
I'm
growing
almost
up,
40.
no, you're a baby. But growing up in my house, we weren't even allowed to talk about politics. Like my parents didn't tell us who they were voting
Yeah.
for. Like that was like,
Right.
back in the day. So
Right.
growing up, we didn't like that wasn't a thing. So what you're doing is just so important. It's so important. I'm not going to interrupt you because my
No,
listeners are like,
you're
shut up,
fine.
Jen. Go ahead.
No. Well, it is a very important conversation. I mean, the research shows that kids notice race at 6 months old. Like they notice it. So they are filling in the blanks from somewhere, and it might as well be us giving them the
Right.
correct information,
Yes.
right?
Yes. Oh my
And a
gosh.
lot
Yes.
of times, the barrier between any of these conversations with difficult social issues are us. Like
Yeah.
we're uncomfortable with it. We might
Yeah.
not know anything. And so my approach is let's just be authentic and vulnerable. And if a tough conversation comes up, let's address it and say, hey, kids, like, this is a very complicated topic that we're talking about. It's important that we're talking about it. I'm so glad we're talking about it. I don't have all the answers. And this is going to be an ongoing conversation as you
Right.
get older. But here's what we believe in our family. Right.
Wow.
So it
Great.
doesn't have to be scary. The kids don't have all the context that we do that makes these conversations so complex.
Right.
So they're not going into it thinking anything is weird talking about race or
So
hunger or
true.
homelessness or any other issue that my box might bring up. So, but living in Chicago, I mean, two of my kids were born there. We were out and about. We lived in the city. We were out and about all the time. Homelessness was in our face.
Absolutely.
Hunger was a topic we talked about. We helped a family of six resettle from Syria when we were there. So, immigration, refugees, all these were topics we were talking about because we were in their apartment playing with these kids that were refugees from
Wow.
Syria. So I didn't want to lose any of their curiosity for their world when we moved to the suburbs of Charlotte because it's a different environment
Yes.
here.
Sure is. Yeah.
So that is why I wanted to use the model of a subscription, which is so convenient for families to do these very approachable, very simple, very short little activities that help bring up these conversations in a more comfortable way for everybody, really, and to show the kids that look, your curiosity and your creativity really can make a difference in the world. Right. So,
Absolutely.
like,
Right.
one of our activities is making kind bookmarks, and then you hide it in. We do our little library in our neighborhood a lot. We hide these little bookmarks in there. So then the reader opens up the book and sees this kind, encouraging note from this cute kid that wrote it. Right. Like, they have ideas. And then when they use their creativity to make those ideas come to life, and it also promotes wellness and love. I mean, that's awesome.
Oh my gosh.
But I'm changing some of our approach because
Okay.
of my personal transformation this year. So I actually took a speech pathology job in the hospital last spring, right when COVID
Okay.
started.
Oh, perfect. Good
Oh,
to
it's
yeah.
such a good idea. Um, and
So fun.
I was so anxious about, because that was like right when we didn't know
Right, right,
anything.
right.
So we thought it was just all over the place and we were definitely going to get it,
Right, like right
Um,
around the time that we were doing our TED Talk or
right,
TEDx.
right
Right
then.
then, right? Okay.
Yes, right then.
That's when we met,
Exactly.
right?
That's when we met.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, okay, it just forced me to take care of myself.
Mhm.
You're a mom, I'm a mom. We're living in this sacrificial style of modern
Oh
motherhood where it's expected to be intensive and perfect and Pinterest worthy, and you
gosh.
sacrifice everything. You have nothing but your kids. And I really resented that when I became a mom. I was like, what? So this was a pivotal point because I started putting my well-being and my self-kindness and
Good girl.
self-compassion and wellness first. I started prioritizing myself, not at a spa weekend, but daily little rituals that help me fill my cup so I can show up and actually live the traits I'm trying to teach my
Wait,
kids.
wait, say
Because
that
I mean,
again. Everyone, my listeners need to hear that. You didn't do it just
yeah,
on a spa weekend. You showed
no,
up every day for yourself. That's going to be your
I show
soundbite.
up
Everyone
every
who's
day for myself.
Kevin, my editor, that's her soundbite, please. Perfect. Yeah, every
Right?
day for yourself.
So,
Absolutely. Yes.
so I can embody the traits that I want to instill in my children.
Right.
Because what was happening before this was, oh, let's make these kind crafts. And then as soon as they trigger me, I'm shouting at them, slamming doors, like being manipulative, being sassy, like, and then not repairing that,
Oh,
just kind of being like a little ashamed and a little embarrassed and
yeah.
feeling like, oh my gosh, who am I? I'm some fraud. Like, I'm trying to teach kids to be kind out here. And here I am, like, yelling at my kids. It just felt very like
Right.
a cognitive dissonance,
Right.
it just didn't
Oh, you're
make
so
sense to
smart.
me. And I was
Yeah.
so frustrated. So this was the tool to fix that. So I started doing meditation every day, yoga every day, walking out in nature, drinking water every day. And it can be free. It doesn't have to take a lot of time, but it just the reflection and just the prioritizing of
Yeah.
myself and setting boundaries. I looked at my husband and I said, look, I've got to take care of myself right
Mm,
now, or this is going to be a disaster.
okay.
So he was gracious enough to do that because, yeah, like if we ask, if we communicate our needs, I mean, if first we recognize our needs, that's the
Right.
hardest part because mothers aren't supposed to have needs, right?
Right. Right.
So we have to recognize our needs, name them, and then be courageous enough to say, look, I need an hour when I come home from the hospital. I need an hour to myself, no interruptions, nothing
Right.
from the kids, nothing from you. And I would come upstairs, I would take a hot shower, I would do my meditation, my journaling, do some breathing work, and then
Okay.
I could rejoin my family.
Oh,
And
so good for you.
so,
Good for you.
yeah, so the hospital job didn't end up working out because of COVID and schedules and
Sure.
virtual learning and the whole thing. But it was the greatest gift because I have kept that habit of doing my self care, my self compassion, and using that as my best parenting tool. And so now I want to shift Crafting Good's message that way
Okay.
too, because I've seen how powerful it is in my life. And I don't want mothers to suffer anymore. And this, like, burned out modern motherhood we're all like sitting in.
Yeah.
So, especially in COVID, especially with all
Absolutely.
the unrest in the world, we feel so helpless, so out of control. And so, I want to give people tools that will actually ripple love into the world, that will heal, that will feel productive. We can't fix everything, but we
No.
can focus on how we are and how we love ourselves so we can teach the next
So
generation
important.
to do
I
that,
didn't
you
have any
know?
of this. The Soberlink system is designed to make parenting time safer with real time remote alcohol monitoring. Soberlink uniquely combines a breathalyzer with wireless connectivity and is the only system that includes facial recognition, tamper detection, and advanced reporting. Parents can submit a test anytime, anywhere, thanks to Soberlink's wireless technology, which delivers test results by text message or email to the concerned parties. Simplify co-parenting arrangements by using the system that provides transparency and proof of sobriety throughout the day. Flexible schedules combined with real-time delivery of results make Soberlink the experts in remote alcohol monitoring technology. It's my pleasure to offer my listeners $50 off your device. Just email info@soberlink.com and mention Doing Divorce Right. But hurry, it's for a limited time only. Soberlink.com.
No,
I feel
me
like when I was
neither.
parenting, I really do think this is just so important because it totally relates to where I ended up. And when I'm listening to you talk, I'm like, if only I had this when I was married. If only I had
Right.
this when my kids are 16 and 18, right?
Yeah.
But if I had this, what you're talking about right now, if I had this self-love and this self-worth enough, if I loved myself enough, like you are working on and doing and helping moms do, back when my babies were little, maybe I still would have been married.
Well, and that's the thing. I mean, Matt and I had a rough first year of marriage. We had been friends, we dated a while, so we had a good, solid foundation.
Which is
But we
nice.
moved to Chicago like 2 months after we got married. We had no family, no friends. He was in business school and had a very high demanding job, so we never saw each other.
Mm.
And it was one of their record breaking winters.
Ugh.
So it was that like seasonal
Mood
affect
disorder. Yeah.
disorder.
Yeah.
Then I got pregnant. I had postpartum
Oh, so
depression.
you know,
We
right.
wrestled with a lot, a lot. And I still am chipping away at that resentment that I built up in those years, 2 years probably.
Mhm.
And this is helping me chip that
Oh, I'm
away,
so
you
glad.
know?
I love to hear that. So, listeners, if you're people that are listening and watching too, this is really important, the work you're doing. I love it. And you know what? If listeners, if you're in that place, viewers, I have both now. If you're in that place, this is important. Find Rachel, find this. This is the kind of work that you need to do in your relationship now. Because
Now.
I didn't have it. I didn't do it. I didn't have it. I was resentful. I was angry. I was
Right.
mean.
Right. Me
I
too.
never, right. I never took it out on my kids though, which is so strange. I always took it out on my husband, my
Yeah.
husband at the time. And
Yeah.
that's why I'm divorced. I mean, I swear to God, I look around and I'm like, if only. You don't want to do that. You want to be able to
Right.
work on it. So, okay, so you're pivoting from the self to the self-care.
Right. So instead of focusing as like the bottom foundation of the family, I'm going to
Okay.
go even deeper to the
Okay.
caregiver.
Oh,
So that's why I have this new digital course coming out in February that
okay.
is all about how to set up this self care routine and changing your mindset into prioritizing your well being as your best parenting tool.
Okay.
So we're shifting that way. The boxes are also shifting that way this year too.
Okay.
So the first box in the series of the subscription that go out at the end of March is focused on setting up a morning routine and a self-care
Oh,
routine
I
in the
love that.
box.
Okay.
Then the next box focuses on kindness and compassion in the family. Then the next box focuses on kindness and compassion outwards to the community. And then the final box of this year will be towards the world, compassion around the world.
Oh my
So I
goodness.
think it's just so important because when you focus on your self compassion, your self love, and really harvesting that in yourself, you overflow. You can't help it but to overflow your energy and your love and compassion to your family, to your community.
Right.
I mean, it just opens up way more creative possibilities and options you never would have thought of when you were drowning in this burned out,
Yeah.
intensive motherhood
Oh, I
that
wish I.
that is so typical right now.
So wait, can I ask a question? Is the
Yeah.
box, to the box, it comes to your house? Is it
Yes.
every other month or
It is once a quarter and it's
once a quarter?
fixed quarterly. So
Okay.
think like FabFitFun. You know how it comes out every
Yes.
season
Yes.
on a quarterly basis.
Okay. And
So that's what ours is too. It's fixed quarterly. So if you sign up today, the box
mhm.
will be delivered to you at the end of March.
Oh my gosh. Okay. And you sign up on your website. So and it's
Yep.
for and so you do you still have the kids ones too?
Yes. So there's going to be a kid element, but I really do want to focus. I want mindsets to change that this is for your kids.
I see.
You see
Yes.
what I
So by
mean?
doing it, that's exactly what I say when you have
Right.
to put your kid, put your marriage first so that it's for your kids. When you
Right.
take care of
It
yourself,
is the
you
tool.
nurture. Yes. Okay. I
Yes.
love that.
So by doing your self-care in this box and setting up the morning routine and doing the things that are in this
Yes.
box
You
coming
take
out
care
in
of
March,
yourself. So
you
then your
are
kids.
taking care of your
Yes. I
kids.
love
Yes. It's
this,
a whole
Rachel.
mindset shift.
I love it. Okay, so this episode, just so you know, everyone, you're listening to it. It's going to be February, so you're going to be able to get this new box next month.
Wonderful. Yeah,
This is perfect
perfect.
timing. So,
Perfect.
and how much? So it's what about the parents' permission slip? Did we talk about that? Is that
The
this?
parents' permission slip
Okay.
is separate. It's a digital course.
Okay.
So you sign up and you get a few modules that help you change your mindset, give you education and tools you need to kind of figure out where you need to address in your well being. So you
Okay.
get the information, you self analyze, and then you have the tools you need to actually start implementing a self care routine.
And
Because I wanted it,
yeah, yeah,
It's like, why am I figuring this out for 9 months? I wish someone would have given me this self care course last year, and then I would have been like, oh, sweet. Like,
right.
let's do this right now. Let's give me the tools I need to feel confident and empowered that when I am taking an hour for myself in meditation, not only am I filling my soul, doing reflection, opening up love and compassion and creative possibilities within myself, but also giving my kids an example,
Right.
right? So not only am I just my being is going to be better as a mom, but I'm showing them tools that they can use. So when I get frustrated with them, when I get triggered, when I get angry, these are all emotions that are fine. They're humans. Like it's
Right.
okay.
Right.
I can show them that, okay, wait, mama needs a minute. I got to breathe. Okay, now I'm ready to talk to you.
Right.
Or whatever
Love
your
it.
tool might be that works for you,
I used to go on the
right?
front porch.
Yep. Oh God, the
Be like,
front
"Mom,
porch.
taking a
My
time
neighbors
out. Gotta
probably
go."
think I'm like,
Yeah. My neighbors are like, "What is she doing out there again?" She was up
right.
there 3 times already. I'm like, listen, too bad.
Exactly,
I gotta beat the children.
exactly.
God, right, exactly,
Well,
right.
seriously, right?
Yes.
Seriously.
I'm like, I'm
And
outside. Too
then
bad. It's
right,
freezing
but
cold
then
out.
the kids know too, right?
They're
Because
like,
'Cause I've
Mama needs a
seen my
break.
4-year-old yeah, my 4-year-old got mad the other day and he was like, or she was like, "Just a minute," and went out on the front porch. Instead of hitting their brother or sister, like,
Yeah.
"Yes,
You're like,
all
it's
for it.
working. It's
Take it,
working.
sis.
That's
It's
exactly
working,"
right. I
right,
love it.
you know?
Love it. Okay, so let me ask another question.
Yes.
What like not age group, because obviously it's for everybody, but like, do you think this is for moms that have with like little, like where in the spectrum are like if I could I get this? Is this for me too, even though my kids are
The
16 and
digital
18?
Yes, the digital course is for all moms,
All
no
moms.
matter what.
And
All moms.
the box too?
The boxes are more geared towards like 3 to 8-ish.
Okay. The
The
moms of
reason I
3 8 year
say
olds?
yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay. Okay.
And the family, just it's a family box. It
Gotcha.
is.
Gotcha.
And the ones, if you're in the subscription flow, you'll get the family box that has more of the kid directed
Okay.
activities in it.
Okay.
It's, yeah, 3 to 8-ish. On the 3 side, you're more hands on with some of the activities. You're going to have to read
Okay.
the instructions, that
Okay.
sort of thing. On the 8-ish side, maybe they have more independence, more authority over it. Maybe the children's book in there is too old for them, but they use that as a way to read to younger siblings or read on YouTube. In and of itself can be a separate activity. Read to the kids at school that are younger than you. So I do say 3 to 8-ish.
Okay.
You know your kid too. Like if the 3-year-old is not so into hand-on-hand stuff, maybe wait until they're 5.
Yeah, totally.
But yeah, 3-ish to 8-ish. It's definitely supposed to be focusing, like nurturing and cultivating compassion within the family and then outwards to the community and the world.
Gotcha. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I have a question.
Yes.
This is you and you have a partner or company or
Oh, it's me.
okay, so
It's me.
hello listeners, why has nobody made you
Hello,
like
listener.
why hasn't anyone like bought you and made you this is amazing.
Hey, okay, we're throwing it out there to the universe.
Let's
Somebody
go. We're
buy
put
me and blow this up.
yes, this is fantastic. This
Yeah,
should be something that like I feel like we need to work on that. I'm gonna find someone for
let's
you.
do
Like
it.
to just buy you and like make
Yeah,
you like you should be on Amazon. I
yeah,
feel like this
let's
should be
do it.
something huge.
Exactly.
This is too good for just no, we need to get this big.
Well, and moms like and not even just moms, dads too, feel
Yes.
helpless. Like and there's research to show that parents prioritize raising kind kids. Like generally
Oh yeah.
every parent says the most important thing they do
Super
is raise
kind.
kind
I,
kids. But where are we spending all of our money and time? School, accolades, achievement,
right.
all of those things, which are
Right.
important, but they're not reflecting what we say is most
Right.
important to us. And this kind of helps families move that focus towards accolades, grades, keeping up with the Joneses, all of that like
Right.
modern parenting thing, and move it towards, okay, how are we actually going to develop these skills? Empathy, compassion, kindness beyond the, typical like manners, thank you, oh, hold
Right.
the door open for someone. Like, how can we
Bigger.
really
Goes
develop
bigger.
bigger,
Right.
bigger and deeper,
Yeah, yeah.
right?
Yeah. Because I love this. Because, it always makes me feel good as a mom when my kids leave my house and I hear from another
Exactly.
parent that says, "Oh my gosh, you've raised the nicest boys. They're
It's
so
the best
kind.
compliment.
They're
What
so
else?
empathetic."
What other compliment do you
I'm like,
want?
"Well, they're not so great in my house, but I'm so glad they're
Right?
like I've done some good work, but it's
Yes.
also, I think that the boxes, it seems to me like they'll help you think of ideas. Some parents like me too. I want my kids to do good things, but I
Right.
can't think of the good things they should be doing. Like, okay, we'll go to soup kitchen again. Well, we did that every year.
Exactly.
Like maybe there's something else
Right.
like they could do, like putting the
Well,
bookmarks in
and
books in libraries. That's a great idea.
exactly. Exactly. And they're simple. So let us do the work for you. We'll
Yeah,
think
yeah.
of all the activities. We'll even send you the supplies. You
Yes.
just do it and have the conversation. And then you start to integrate it into more of your routine. This is
Yes.
just what we do. We
Yeah.
make kind bookmarks and we take them to the public library and we hide them
Yes.
in the books.
Yes. And
This
then
is
I
just
look
what our
cool.
family does, you
And then
know?
I look like I'm cool about it. And
Oh, I'm
I
totally cool.
I'm the
I
cool
got
mom and
this.
you've
I'm
done
raising
it.
kind kids.
That's exactly right.
Done.
I love it,
Done.
crafting good. Thank you, crafting good, because
Yeah.
I look
Thank you,
good.
Crafting Good. Boom.
Yeah.
And we're helping the planet too. That's another layer of our mission. We're repurposing Summit bags, but then
Okay.
also you donate. So it's kind of that conversation of
Oh
repurpose,
my
recycle. And then we just got on EcoCart. So we are offsetting our carbon footprint from our shipping and stuff through EcoCart. So that's another conversation like, oh, wait a second. I am responsible for my
God.
purchase
The
power
world.
too. The
Yes.
world. Yeah.
My God. I feel like you need to be, this is no, no. Everyone, listeners, we need to make this bigger. People,
I'm open. Let's do it. Come
let's
to
put it
me.
out there. This is bigger.
It needs to be
This needs,
bigger, especially at this pivotal point in our collective lives.
have we
All
talked to
over the
Oprah?
world.
Has
Right.
Oprah heard?
Please, Oprah, talk to me.
We need to get on
Oprah, have
Oprah.
you heard
I
about
have a
crafting?
connection there.
Perfect.
We're
Let's
going to
do it.
get where this needs to be on Oprah.
This is on my manifesting, by the way. So I will meet Oprah. It's just a matter of
Well, I'm
when.
there with you.
I'm
So I feel like
manifesting this.
oprahmagazine.com needs to she needs to put this on her
Yeah.
like greatest thing list.
I think so. I mean, it
Yes.
really does hit all the points that her message wants to get across. Equity. Every single one of our children's books in our subscription box are written by authors of color. There's a
Okay.
huge discrepancy in publishing of children's books, so that we make it a point to pay wonderful authors of color for their wonderful work. And then that starts conversations in white people's homes about diversity and equity
I love this.
and also just seeing people of color just doing normal wonderful things that everyone does too,
Yes.
right? It's
I'm
so
obsessed with this.
important to address all of these issues.
I'm on a mission. That's it. And
Okay.
I know that I'm too old for the box because my kids are like 90 and they're going to college, but I want a box. And then you know what?
Get a box.
Everyone get a box today. Okay. Get out I'm looking at my
Oh,
video.
I
And
have a discount code for you too.
oh, for
So
for my listeners.
for your listeners and
Oh,
your viewers, if they put in the code relationships, all caps, they get a discount
shut
on
your mouth.
anything in the store, including the digital course when it comes out.
Come on, Rachel. That is so nice. Okay, listeners, get out your pens and pencils and whatever you've got in front of you, your notes on your phone. This is amazing. So it's Crafting Good. What is the website?
Craftinggood.com, and
So
crafting good is one word with a shared G. So it's craftin good, if that helps you remember. There's just one shared G.
one share G.
Crafting good.
Crafting Good. Everything's going to be in the show notes. So you can
Yes.
find you. It's Crafting Good or Crafting Good, sharedg.com. And if you use the code relationships, you get a discount. Oh my God, that is so kind. See how you're like the
Oh,
best
you're
human.
kind.
You're
Thank
I'm
you so
really
much
not.
for giving me this platform and your space and your viewers and your
Oh my
listeners. I'm
gosh, I
so
love it.
grateful.
You know what? I thought to myself, I wanted you on the show last year, but I'm so glad that
Yeah.
we waited.
No, this timing is perfect.
It's
It
perfect
really
because I
is.
feel like doing relationships right is so much better of a space for this
Right.
because
Exactly.
this is my first real show about self-care
Yeah.
and how important your relationship is with
How
yourself.
important it is.
Okay, so
How
if I'm
important
going
it
to put you
is.
on the spot and I'm
Yes,
going to ask you
please.
for if you have one thing, think about it for a minute. If you have one thing that you could give my listeners, like a takeaway or something super important that you think, or anything you want to say that what would you say to my listeners or the world or Oprah?
You are here for a very specific purpose that only you can fulfill. And it is your obligation to all of us that you seek it and find it. That doesn't mean your job. That doesn't mean your profession. That means what lights your soul on fire, what gets your juices flowing, what has you looking out and then just exuding light. Okay? So I think that's it. That's the most important thing any of us can do, no matter what we're doing.
I didn't want to ruin your soundbite because I'm crying. You make me, I don't know why I'm so crying from you. I just think you're amazing. And, I cry very rarely on my show, but I do sometimes. And I just think that was beautiful. And I, am just so happy to have you here. So I have to tell everyone a little secret. So I met Rachel, last year. We were preparing
Last
for,
year, oh my gosh, it was like last year at this time or
last year at
like
this
even a
time.
year and a half ago.
Oh my gosh. And we were
Wasn't it
both,
in our audition day?
our audition day, we were
Yeah.
auditioning for a TEDx talk here in Charlotte, and I was horrified. I think I
I
was
was
like,
horrified too.
you were so
We were
calm.
just like melting in the hallway, like, oh, what are we doing?
It's like, what? I was so freaking out. And I walked in and I was like, this, we were just immediately, I was like, okay, like I found my person. Like you were just
Yeah.
so, and that was it. I didn't have any friends
I know it
there.
was like soul sisters, like immediately. It was like on purpose.
That was it. I think the world just set us up and that was just the way
Yeah.
it was going to be. So I'm just so honored that you were here today to share this space with me. I appreciate you.
Oh,
Thank
I'm so grateful for you, Jen, and all that you do and giving me your space.
I
Seriously,
love
so
it. It was so
grateful.
fun. This is so easy and fun.
So
So one more
fun.
time before you go, it's
Yes.
craftinggood.com. Use
Yes.
the code relationships so that you can get a
Yes.
discount. I'm going to
Yep.
get my box. I don't know whatever you tell me to buy, I'm
Yay.
buying.
Buy it
Support
all.
Rachel. I love you. I think you're fantastic. And thank you for joining me today. Everybody else, thanks for being here on relationships.
Yeah.
Talking today on doing relationships right. And I'm Jennifer Hurwitz. You know where to find me. Where am I? Oh yeah, jenniferhurwitz.com, Instagram, Facebook, whatever you want to do. Go out there today, do something fun for yourself, meditate,
Yeah.
take a walk. I don't know, drink some extra
Yeah.
water. Something.
Breathe. I mean,
Breathe.
we just all got to breathe.
We got to breathe. I've got to breathe. I've got to breathe more. That's it. Everybody, I love you. Thank you for listening as always. And you know what to do. Peace, love, and so much truth. Bye, you guys. Bye, Rach.